Hello guys, it's Wolfoman here. It's been quite a while, and as you can see, I've been busy doing a lot of redstone bits. Yeah, and horses. So today, I have... First thing first is an apology to all those times that I walked around during what I was talking about. Now, I personally find it as a way to keep people's eyes moving so they stay a bit interested, but somebody said that the walking was too loud over my voice, and I can't argue with that, so I'm sorry, and in the future I'll try and do better. Now, the second thing I have today is a type of thing you can have on your server, which is basically a recycling system with a reward-based point system. Now, I didn't add an extension onto this, but maybe if you hit 100 points, you can you can deduct the points and give them a diamond or some kind of prize. Now, it's not that hard to hit 100 points, to be honest, but that's just a thought. So, the first thing first is you have the recycling bin. This is the area that you'll receive the points in. If you step out of this area, then you will not receive the points. So I should actually change that to at A, in case anybody wants to steal. But personally, that's your opinion. Right now, it's just me, so I used at P in the command block system that I use, in which it'll give you the points. Now, the basis of the system is to... Let me get a rubbish item here first. Now, let's get something that's really stupid. How about a dead bush? Haha, I'm funny. Okay. I'm so funny that I'm going to throw a dead bush in a recycling bin, even though it's a plant. But they belong in a gardening bin since I do my research today. Now, here's how it works, is you throw an item in, and you'll see my points and community points go up. The reason the community point is 1 point ahead is so it's always at the top of the board, and because community always wins, just like house always wins, and so on. So, now I can just toss all these glass bottles that I worked so hard to collect into here, and it'll give me 1 point for each glass bottle I threw in. Now, this can be entirely up to you, honestly. You can set the points to whatever you want. I just have a mass system where if an item goes through, that's how it works. Now, there's only one item in here that I give bonus points for because it's a bit harder to collect, and that's iron. Now, I'll wait for that to settle. Now, as you can see, community 65, and I have 64. Now, when I throw this ingot in, first I'll get 4 points. See, that'll hit 68 in a few seconds. And then I'll get an extra point. So I get 5 points for each iron ingot I throw in, and so does the community. Now, you can set that to just the person or the community itself, but the problem is the people who use it may get ahead of the community, which makes the board look a little bit odd. Now, you're saying, oh, yeah. So if I throw a stupid item in like a fucking anvil, I'll get points for that. Oh, I won't get points for that. Now, what I worked out is you can do this in 2 ways. You can have a mass collection point, like I have here. This will collect items by the bundle that do not belong in recycling, and nobody will get it back. So if they're smart asses, they'll get their stuff stolen. Now, you can also probably easily hook up a system where it loops back around with hoppers and shoots the item back up through here. And that will provide them with getting the item back, and you could have an extra command block saying, no, that's not recyclable. Now, if I throw this in, same thing. Now, all of these items from, I did a bit of research of what you can all throw in recyclable bins, and I found out that there's clothing. I represent as this clothing because armor would be a bit difficult to sort out separately. Buckets, books, paper, glass, iron, yeah. So, I throw this in, I'll get a point. Community will get a point. Give it a second. There we go. Now, it takes a bit to work because of the system that you saw down here. No matter how many hoppers, this looks like it's not complicated. This is probably the simplest setup for this type of thing. Now, I'll show you how to build this. Oh, but before I do, you can do this little bin in two ways. Now, through what I've seen, this is a design that I saw on Reddit, which hopefully I'll end up putting this on there. And another one that you can do is a bluer recycling bin, but that looks really, really bad because stained clay is horribly colored, so that may work better. I don't know. Let your mind go wild. It can be your own colors for recyclable bin, but it's just a little community feature. You can even have a donation box, and every item that's thrown in will give people a point. However, instead of sorting it out separately like I did, I only did this because it's supposed to be a recyclable bin for recyclable materials. Now, to set this up, I'll show you the basic scoreboard setup. So the first thing you need to do is scoreboard teams add our community, recycling community. Now these can be anything you want. Our community is just the name I used for the dummy, and recycling community is the display name if it was ever on the board, which it's not. Then you change the team dark green or blue or whatever you want. It's all up to you. And then if you do here, this is very, very important. Scoreboard, teams, join, our community, community. This will add a fake player by the name of community, which will collect all the goods. So that's the basic setup to that. I'll put all of those in the description. And now for this. This is relatively simple. Now, this may look complicated, but this is just a normal sorting system. But the first thing I'll show you is how the recycling bin works. Because if you literally throw items on top of the recycling bin, it will be sucked in. Now, hopper minecarts, which I have a feeling not a lot of you know this, can pick up blocks, well, can pick up items dropped on top of blocks that are above them, including these. And then I have hoppers below them, so they'll collect into these, then be put into these hoppers and sent into the sorting system. Now this is the basic sorting setup. You got your main line of all the items being streamed, and then you have each individual sorting system. So the first one is here, and you just have to face it away. You can face it this direction, this direction, this direction. Just do not face it towards the other ones, because that will fuck up the system. Now, here, this one will be facing out. Now, the problem with this not being one closer, which may fix your OCD if you people are that way, is this will stop items from flowing through this one as well, because the power is being sent into this hopper, which is powering this hopper and this hopper. Now, this is pointing towards this hopper, so it won't stop it. However, if it's pointing towards hoppers pointing the other way for some reason, it does. Now, what happens is when the limit is reached of more than, I believe, 18, 19, 20, 22, it gets thrown in here. It gets sorted out, sent to the bottom, because it sends a pulse through here, down, and into this torch. And it's as simple as that. All I did was tile it. You can literally tile this into infinity. However, I heavily suggest you don't, because the farther away a hopper is, as you see with an iron ingot, the longer it takes to travel, get sent through the system, and give the people their points. And that's about all I have for you guys today. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment. And, oh, I better show you this before I go. Now, all I did was, for the very last hopper, since I'm only doing one specific sort, because if I did more, it would send items through here, which would go through here, and if I had another one of these here, it would give them points for both. So now, what I did is I put the iron last. It'll be sent through here, sent into this hopper, and when the iron goes through, it'll send a pulse through here, which will send a quick pulse, which has scoreboard players add at P, and then the coordinates of above the half slabs. Our points, which is the dummy I used, 4. And it does the same, except for scoreboard, players add community art points for. So it's that simple. The only thing that's really complicated is getting the coordinates correct. And it's the exact same setup down here, except with only 1 point for each. And what happens is items just go through here, get sent through here, into this little mechanism, which, no matter how many items are in here, will always make sure that they make it into here. And that's about all there is to it. So, thanks for watching. See you guys around, and I hope I can make more videos soon. Bye.